Thanks for what you do with your podcast and all the rest. You're doing a great job. Hope everybody keeps tuning in. You get a lot of good info, a lot of insights, understandings of how to get strong, how to stay strong, how to use your strength.
You do a great job, dude. You make things better than they are in real life, I think.
If you don't follow Massenomics, y'all do it. Social media, website, everything.
Massenomics.
Welcome back, everyone, to episode 239 of the Lifting Podcast About Nothing. My name is Tanner.
And my name is Tommy.
And Tommy, my God, do we have a lot of things to talk about today?
We do.
We don't know how we're going to fit it all in here.
Well,
That's
already,
what she said.
She did say that. We already had to cut a few things off the list because we know there's not enough time.
Yeah.
Hopefully the things that we have on the list, we will get through.
Yeah.
But we are not doing our duties of living up to the podcast about nothing.
No. Have you ever watched The British Office? As long as we have so much stuff to talk about, let me start by actually
some lighthearted banter.
Before we get to your answer, that's a cliff note.
Okay.
Cliffhanger of what your answer is to The British Office. Because first, we have to tell you about today's sponsors. Today's episode is brought to you by Spud Inc. The goal of Spudding Straps is to make products that support sports performance and help everyone achieve their training goals. They make products that last forever, won't bust your budget, and most importantly, leave no doubt about success when everything is on the line. Check them out online at spud-ink-straps.com. This episode is also brought to you by Hybrid Performance Method. They're your one-stop shop for all things fitness online coaching. Whether your goals are training-related, nutrition and body composition-related, or both, Hybrid has a program for you. With dedicated and experienced coaches in each strength and fitness discipline, you can rest assured that you are in the very best hands possible. Make sure to use our discount code over there. It's MASS in all caps, and that will save you 5% off any training or nutrition memberships for the entire life of that membership. Visit hybridperformancemethod.com. This episode is also brought to you by Texas Power Bars. In 1980, Buddy Cap set out on his own to make what he believed was the greatest bar he had ever seen and trained with, and the Texas Power Bar was born. It was strong as a house with the best knurling, and it was maintenance-free. Hundreds of state, national, international, world, and Massenomics powerlifting records have been and continue to be set and broken on the Texas Power Bar. Visit them at texaspowerbars.com. And today's episode is brought to you by Lifting Large. Lifting Large has set a new standard for customer service within the strength world. They have live website chat support and speedy email responses. Lifting Large is home of the Ground Lock Deadlift Slipper, and they are always in stock and ready to ship. Massenomics listeners can save 20% on all Lifting Large branded products by using discount code MASS20 at checkout. And another cliffhanger, as long as we're hanging things on cliffs, there's a new Lifting Large long ad read in the center of the episode.
So you
today.
don't want to skip the ads.
No, because there's a change to the Lifting Large ad.
They
just
have
to
new stuff.
Tease you, there's something different coming.
We're all about those teasers.
But we won't get that till the middle of the show, so you
wait.
better stick around till then. So, Tommy, as I was saying, have you ever watched The British Office?
I've seen
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, I've definitely seen the first episode and maybe just tiny little pieces of some after that. It was like when The Office was first coming out, The Office wasn't on Netflix, but the British Office
like,
was.
Hey, I like that. I want to watch The Office.
Oh,
yeah.
this is the original, you know? And then you watch it, it's like, oh yeah, British. At least at the time, this was probably, I don't know, 8 years ago.
Right.
It was in my early 20s. It's like, British humor is something that's very different than what I'm used to.
I would say that is for sure a thing. It's very different than...
And that's what people always talk about. I'm no expert on it, but they always say that the British version of humor is very depressing and self-deprecating.
Yeah, for sure.
Almost in line with Massenomics, really.
That's true. I mean, if you can't make fun of yourself, how do you get away with making fun of other people?
and then just commenting on the bleakness of life. And
well, with everything going on this year.
With everything going on, especially,
it'll be nice though in 2021 in what are we, 2.5 months, and we can just flip the switch and everything's good again.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, nothing going on this year. Everything went on last year.
Yeah, we got done with all that stuff
with nothing going on. It's not so bad.
There's nothing going on in 2021. 2020 took care of all of it for us.
Yeah.
Have you watched The British Office though?
I started watching.
I don't know if you were starting with a question and you had no follow-up.
No, just I'm like a comedian that only does the setup part and no punchline. No, I started watching it and I do like it. It's not... it is just different.
Yeah.
And I'm not some people, I picture them being I don't like the American Office as well. I like the British Office. That's, I'm like, yeah, shut up. Like, like I do like the American Office probably still better, but the British Office is also good. But that's the biggest thing is like, it's dirty. The American Office is, some episodes certainly are like borderline family appropriate television.
A lot
the
of
British
them.
Office is like a little bit raunchier and drier, and people are just like less Hollywood. Like British, usually for American actors, like I'm not the person out there choosing them, but I can just tell, like, obviously, like good looking people get like have a better chance of like being an actor.
This is Hollywood. You should look good if you want to be here.
Right. With British ones, I'm like, nah, I don't think that matters.
The pool's too small.
We'll
whoever.
But it is interesting. It is good. It's old.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Like the first seasons of the American Office, like, gosh, I forget how old this is. Like the phone that you're using.
Aren't the first seasons of the American Office like 2004 or 5-ish?
I think so. Yeah, that's right.
And
so this would be that, like close to the end of the 90s, I think,
The 90s.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
But it is the awkward moments of the American Office where it's like, man, I feel awkward, almost like it's worse than that because Ricky Gervais's character is so on, like Michael Scott has like some redeeming characteristics eventually where you're like, yeah, I kind of get it. But like Ricky Gervais is like, no, you're like, no,
It's just so much.
Yeah. So that's probably about enough of that. We got so much stuff to talk about. Like
one more quick follow up. Speaking of like awkward moments, I did watch the new Boar App. I watched the new Boar App.
I wondered.
My wife watched it with me, and there was multiple times where she had to do the I can't like cringing, like she couldn't watch it. It was too much because they do. It's the Borat. You know, it's Borat. What do you expect?
Yeah, I heard. I saw there was some Rudolph Giuliani stuff.
Regardless of your political party, you should be able to be entertained. If you can't be entertained by it, then you're way too deep in a party of some kind. But
very not dissimilar to our silicone cups commenter.
Yes. But I was entertained. I thought it was funny.
I'm gonna watch. And so did that just not go in movie theaters?
No, it's just on Amazon Prime.
Because movie theaters really aren't a thing anyway. So they're like,
are there a few movies coming out again now? Maybe I don't know. I don't really know. I don't pay attention to that.
Not in that scene.
Well, we don't really have a movie theater in our town to go to.
We don't. Do we not have one anymore?
I don't even
closed
know.
Or?
I don't even know.
Okay.
I mean, we have one coming.
I was going to say
we have a new one coming. I think supposedly our current one is going to be getting remodeled, but I think it's closed still. So I don't think you could go to a movie right now if you wanted to.
But that shows how much we actually care.
I know. Yeah. Well, they burned me so many times that I just
fool us twice. Shame on us.
Strike through 3. Shame on me. Yeah. Let's do a can, Tanner, before we get too far into this.
I don't know if you could hear on the microphone
dryness.
how thirsty I
could almost hear it whistling over there. Okay.
There's sand,
Tanner,
kernels of sand
you
coming out
need
of my
to
mouth.
not look this week, and you're in for a real treat.
All right. Rice Aroni, the San Francisco treat.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and pop that top?
Ooh, it's tall and... Whoa. Is this going to cut me?
Nope. No, you don't have to worry about being cut. Where's the lid? Where's the lid, Tanner?
Oh. What is... Pop the top was quite the...
There is no standard top. There's a foil seal over the top.
Does it,
what's going on here?
Is this something... Is this... No, somebody didn't send us something again, did they?
Nope. This is all me.
No. So is this entire thing going to be open once I open this?
No.
Okay.
No, this is just
Try
purely decoration.
This is
this is purely decoration. This first part.
Boy, this could be hard.
And once you
That's what she said.
you might have to look just to get that off.
Yeah, I think I'm making progress. Though.
Okay.
Once you that's get that just off, an extra layer of packaging.
That's just luxury.
That
right
is
there.
fancy. And when it's in the sparkling water game, half of the battle is just purely.
I would maybe even see 80% of the battle.
That's true.
It is purely
looking, being fancy.
It's the feel of it all.
Yeah. I don't want to get any of that foil in my mouth. So there is like a weird foil top that I had to get through.
Yep. Now that you got through the foil top,
okay.
He's popped the real top.
I thought maybe it was going to be one of those like pineapple juice where you have to.
I didn't think about that until you said it. I'm like, I can see where you're confused here.
So now I'm going to take a sip.
Yep. Are you getting some flavor?
Yeah, it tastes like a popsicle to me right away.
Really? Popsicle?
Yeah.
Huh?
I think it tastes like a popsicle because it tastes like cherry to me, which Usually I would have if I were to have a popsicle, I go for the red. So that's probably.
I want the red one.
So I think it's cherry.
Okay.
Let me smell this. You know, for a second, I wondered if it had alcohol in it, but I don't think it does.
It does not.
Okay.
It does not. I will tell you that.
Because that's the other caveat. Sometimes these
It's
have
the wild
alcohol
card,
in them,
yeah, that
and
is
that
the
can
wild
really throw me off sometimes. I'm like, is that booze or, I feel like it's deeper than cherry. Like there's more to it.
There's a full body of
Yeah.
depth here.
Let me take one. I got to do
Okay,
one
one
more.
more.
Yeah, one more. Because sometimes on the subsequent sips, I pick up more. You pick up more and more,
Those
just
finer,
beyond the
tasty
surface.
notes.
Yeah. I think it's cherry. I'm just gonna say cherry. A cherry sparkling water.
Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah.
It is a S. Pellegrino, dark Morello cherry, and pomegranate.
See,
that
that
mysterious fruit that we don't know what it tastes like.
Right. I am getting so much better at this
You
than I
are.
used to be, though.
You are. This one does, to me, have a fairly bold flavor compared to a lot of them.
This is extremely fancy, though.
So did you take a look at the cap there that you peeled off? That fruit?
Oh yeah. So is S. Pellegrino the fanciest? Like, is that? Could we
I
say
don't know
that?
if this is or Perrier. I don't know what one is fancier. I don't know.
This is pretty fancy.
Yeah,
So
say it's
there have
fancy.
been a few people, like when we share the LaCroix and all the sparkling water stuff, that they say no. S. Pellegrino is the.
I feel like this company's been around longer.
Was this expensive relative to?
I think it was actually on sale at Target, but I think normally like an 8-pack is like $6 or something.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not cheap in comparison. It is the most expensive one I think that I run across, but
I like the flavor.
yeah, I think it's pretty. My wife hates this one though.
Really,
I thought it was pretty good.
I did have that cherry nailed though.
I
I didn't know that it was Morello cherry though.
I don't even sure. Is that a kind of cherry? I guess I'll take their word for it.
And pomegranate.
Yeah.
Pomegranate certainly falls into those. Pomegranate is
Cucumber.
Yeah,
and
pomegranate is a stereotypical sparkling
you
water
can just
flavor.
dump it in.
Yep.
And it's like, sure, I guess, yeah, that flavor's there.
Yep. Be like, if you had one, what are all the flavors I want one sparkling water that's cucumber, pomegranate,
Watermelon.
well, yeah.
And cherry too.
Yeah. But pretty good. How many do you give it?
I think
I know what I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it. I'm going to
was
give
gonna
this one 3.5. It's not
I'm
a 4.
I'm gonna go 3.5.
Essentially, our two ratings are either whether something's a 4 or a 3. Even though you can go 1 through 5 with half-point increments, we do 3.5 or 4.
Pretty much, yeah.
Without outside of like, what's that kind of beverage that I think tastes like crap? That it's not a sparkling water.
Kombucha.
Yeah. I'm like, that is not
Yeah,
a
we
3.5.
did give that a pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might have given that one a 3 maybe, but
I don't really know how people like that.
I don't know either.
Guess it's not
It's a
me.
mystery.
It's not my bag, baby.
It's not
Speaking
my
of
bag.
bags, is that a good?
I think that's a great transition.
That's a good segue. And I'm not talking about the little mall cop thing that you ride around on.
Be cooler if you did.
What movie's that from? Be a whole lot
Dazed and
cooler. If you,
Confused.
be a whole lot cooler if you did, though. Yeah.
Just
Is that Matthew McConaughey?
yeah, we're gonna start doing some Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, because he asked if you
quotes.
got any weed.
Yeah.
He's like, be a lot cooler if you did.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. So this is a sack segment. If you couldn't guess by how earlier when I
sack?
said it was a sack
By the
segment.
size of the sack?
Here, this should help.
There we go.
Now you know it's a sack segment. This is a pretty cool one.
Okay.
I was thinking today we've had some pretty cool sack segments.
We have.
We
The
have
sack
gotten a
segment
lot of
has
cool
been-
stuff.
The sack segment has been on fire
Yeah,
lately.
and this is not to disappoint. Is what I'll tell you there.
Okay.
This I'll tell you who it's from. It's our friends at Nightmare Muscle.
Ooh.
Out of their Cali boys, so
Yep.
they don't really know this Western Northeast South Dakota life, but
It's a different lifestyle out here.
but I think what they know is that it gets a little chilly in Western Northeast South Dakota in the wintertime. Actually, just in the fall or even just
Really
anytime,
just most
whenever
times.
it wants to. I don't know.
Yeah.
2 days ago it was 5 degrees. Tomorrow it's going to be 55 degrees.
Yeah.
And I'm not
Well,
exactly.
and not that long ago, a couple days ago before that even, wasn't it like -10?
Yeah.
Or the feels like temperature is in like
Right.
the -10s.
So it basically, yesterday was 0. Tomorrow's going to be 55.
yeah. just a modest 55-degree swing. That's all it is.
Today was a transitional day where it's like, today's kind of...
The 0 to 55 is a much warmer feeling than when it goes from like negative 30 to 20.
Yeah.
Because that one happens too.
No.
Also a 50-degree swing, but there it just goes from being like so cold it hurts to like, I guess it's cold kind of still.
I really don't like the so cold it hurts. This zero-ish wasn't quite there for me. It's more like, whoa, where I open it up and I'm like, oh yeah, I need a coat today. Because some days I'm like today I'm like, I don't really need a coat.
And you didn't today.
No,
like
it's like 35 degrees. Like, I don't really need a coat. But when I walked out of the door at like 7 and I'm like, yeah, like,
and you know how also people talk about, it's not the dry heat, it's that humidity that gets you.
Yeah.
Here it's not even so much the cold, it's that wind that gets you.
That is exactly right.
That wind is killer.
Exactly right. But I said I didn't wear a coat today. If I would have opened the sack already, I might have.
Oh.
Because what the boys at, this is yours, I believe, here.
Oh.
Nightmare
Packaged
Muscle
up legit style.
sent us.
Okay.
There's also some stickers here, I think, that they sent along with. Hella strong. And what are these? Keychains.
Okay, so we got a black soft shell jacket with Massenomics embroidered on the back.
Yep.
Wow. Very cool.
Pretty sick.
Very cool.
Seems to be a pretty nice jacket.
Yeah, this is a this would hold up to a lot of the elements here pretty well, I think, Tanner.
Yeah, they said, boys, we just wanted to show some love.
We got zippers. Can you hear that? That's zippers.
They did say that maybe one of the sizes was wrong or something, but I tried mine on and it seemed right. And that one looked smaller, so maybe that is a little smaller than what.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll do a fashion show after the show.
They did say they would, if that wasn't the right size, they'll hook us back up. But mine fits great. I cheated and tried it on beforehand. So
wow, very cool.
Yeah, and it is a huge Massenomics logo embroidered on the back. And I tried it out, and I'll be honest, I'm going to be wearing this jacket. Like, this isn't just.
This is awesome. This is very cool.
Yeah,
sweet.
This is a jacket that I'm going to be wearing. And
got the hood up there, really protect you from the elements here.
Yeah. In western northeast South Dakota.
In the western
portion of
the
northern
region
east
of
northeast
South Dakota.
Yeah.
Wow, very cool. Thanks a lot, guys. That's Nightmare Muscle Boys hooking it up.
Cool. So yeah, Nightmare Muscle on Instagram. I think it's just at Nightmare Muscle if you look that up. I don't know if it's any different than that.
They also have a shop you can go on. Buy some gear.
And if you you can buy their gear, and they also they make, like, if you're hosting meets and doing stuff like that, they make a ton of like
banners,
banners and flags.
We have two pretty awesome banners in the gym that
the enormous ones. If you've ever seen videos or pictures from our gym, we have a huge black one that's like the Massenomics plate art.
And
like
it's
a
not just
plate.
that. It's not the vinyl that everyone puts on. This is like the heavy duty cloth. Like it's not cloth, but
it's like it's a really
fabric.
Yeah.
But it's like heavy, like it's not see-through or anything. It's the real deal.
And the other one is a giant red one that says like Massenomics. It's that stencil Massenomics logo
and
across
it. Really ties the room together.
And they made both of those, and they make a lot of people that have like backdrops for lifting and stuff. They make like almost all.
Yeah,
those.
there's a good chance that if you've seen any meet take place in the past year and a half, any big meet, that they probably did some type of printing for it.
So I'd say if you're like going to be running a meet or have anything to do with it, they'd be good ones to contact too to get some of that promo stuff hooked up. So yeah, thank you, Nightmare Muscle.
Awesome.
That was a cool sack segment.
Yeah, very cool.
And I'm just like I was saying, we've gotten a lot of cool things in our sack.
We have
over the last month.
I like this trend. Yeah, I like the trend we're on.
So keep them coming.
Yeah, don't break that streak. Okay, Tanner. Next on our list of things we got to hammer through in about the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about since we're talking about new stuff, do we want to talk about the new thing at the gym?
We might have to just briefly talk about that.
We will talk about this more probably like next week,
maybe
2 weeks. But yeah, this will be talked about more in a future episode, but we do have to mention.
Because of what it is.
The Massenomics has the most ballinest combo bench rack from Go Strong in the gym now. And it's pretty amazing looking. Like, you got to check it out on. We have it on our Instagram. They have it on theirs too. So it's like, this isn't actually what the color is called. I would just say it's candy apple red. Like,
right.
It's like when you talk about a car being candy apple red. It is this color. It's like this really deep, rich red, but it's got the sparkle flake in it too, or metallic flake, whatever they call it. I'm definitely messing up the.
But that's a
technical terms
description.
It's like a color you would see on like a classic car or maybe like a boat. Like they don't make cars this color nowadays. They do not.
Right.
And then it's got the contrasting white with it, but it's not just white. It's glow in the dark white because glow in the dark white paint exists. I didn't know that was a thing.
Me either until now.
And
until we got this.
And it looks amazing. It has the Massenomics branded nameplate underneath the bench on both sides. There's even an M behind, like at the head of the bench too, isn't there?
Is.
Which is
like
crazy.
underneath where your head would sit.
I didn't know that was even a thing. And then there's just like, it's one of those things you just have to like sit there and like analyze every detail of it because there's so much stuff going on.
That is the truth.
I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean like there's just so many like spots of like craftsmanship and detail.
Craftsmanship really is the perfect word for it too.
And the Massenomics gym has I think a pretty decent collection of
we have some really nice benches
from big manufacturers, and we have 2 benches that are both from Elite FTS. And I still think they're incredible benches, amazing benches. Up until now, I thought those were the nicest possible bench you could ever get. And now looking at them, it's like, okay, functionally, they do basically the same thing, but damn, this other bench is so over-engineered and aesthetically is on a completely different level. Like, it doesn't even feel like it's the same product anymore.
It doesn't. It is crazy. Oh, it is so cool. I put it together today, and the pack, it comes in a crate. Like, I mean, I
didn't see it in person. I just saw the picture you had, but
multiple, there's multiple different screws and bolts that you had to disassembly, and like the packaging that it comes in packaged in a way like the parts are bolted to the inside of the crate in spots.
So
and
the
like
packaging is like
that's not the packaging is like insane actually. Like I'm going to be keeping that crate. Like I don't know that I'm going to use it. Like someone in my family is going to be using that as like because it is like this well-built crate on top of a pallet. Like it works perfectly for storage and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
But my point with there, it's just like all the way from the packaging on up, it's just insanely, it's different than any other experiences I've had with other pieces of equipment. Mm-hmm. Like it came a couple days prior and I hadn't even opened up yet. And someone asked me, well, how can you stand not opening? And I'm like, well, it's going to be an experience just opening that. Like, it's not a bar that I just open the cap up and pop it open. I'm like,
throw away the tube. And
I'm like, that's going to take me an hour just to like get it out of there.
Yeah, there's like an unboxing that has to take place here.
Actually, there will be. I took video of the unboxing in the building. I'm planning on doing a sped up video of that and see how that. We'll see if that came out. I didn't really look at the footage.
Where did you put it together at?
In the gym.
You did. Okay.
But I had to take it out. I unboxed it at my house and put all the individual pieces in the back of the pickup, drove it to the gym.
I was wondering how you did that part. Yeah.
Because that box wasn't going to be going down the stairs.
I didn't think so, but I was like, well, I don't think you would have I don't even think you had a way to put the crate in your truck. Like,
no, it would have required a forklift or something with forks on it.
Yeah. So we will talk about, we have some stuff planned to talk about it more in the next couple of weeks here, but we do just got to give Go Strong a shout out because we are now, this is the first time we've seen one of their benches in person. They are popping up in more and more places, but they do live up to the hype for sure.
And I did even get to use it today, and I set it up, and then
even
I got
the J cups. What do they call them?
Like the return rollers or whatever they are. They are. I get it. I get those now too. Like why people want those and why those are good. Like those are really sweet. Mm-hmm. So we will have more coming on that soon. Mm-hmm. But we just wanted to at least get that much of it out now.
Until then, you guys got to hold off.
Yeah. But it's freaking sweet.
Yeah, it is.
It is like the coolest piece of equipment I have ever seen.
Yeah.
And Go Strong even mentioned it themselves. They said this might be the coolest looking combo that they've ever
Before we move on, I did forget though. So on their post and ours, there was quite a few comments. Yeah. A lot of them along the lines of like, oh, this is where all that lift shorts money is going. Things like that, which are funny. There is, maybe you know who it was. I think it was Professor Stevens. He said, wait, you're telling me you just slapped a logo on a bench and charge more for it? It's like, oh, that is so, because that is what it is. You put a logo on a bench and charge more for it. But God, it's so funny how like that applies to almost everything.
Yeah,
in the world.
it's like everyone's doing that. That's what people do.
You put a logo
yeah.
on something and charge more for it. Like that is
yes.
how almost so much of the merchandising world works.
It all goes back to the lift shorts.
It does.
How many degrees of separation things are from lift shorts?
About one is all.
Yeah, it's usually always just that same one.
Yeah. Is it decorated or does it make money? Yeah, it's related to the lift shorts, I guess. Then can you complain about it? It's the lift shorts.
Yeah.
Do we talk about it last week? The person complaining about the right and wrong side of history?
Well, we didn't. We brushed on it, but it's really developed into more since then. Is the thing, It's like it was just
I just lose track of my days. I can't even remember what.
Well, and that's just that ball is rolling downhill really quickly right now and really gaining steam and momentum. That at this point, everyone knows about the wrong side of history and the throwaway culture.
Yes, okay. Yeah, we did talk about throwaway culture.
Yeah,
we've gotten numerous videos of people throwing away their stuff only to want to buy more.
Our disposable single-use cups because they're not made out of metal or glass. But someone did make a funny comment about the combo rack too. Like, I see you are getting stuff made out of metal now. You're getting away from throwaway culture.
Yeah, that's good.
So that is obviously taking a life of its own, as anyone knows that follows Massenomics. And I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast the other day too, but someone had a really funny comment to me. I think it was Brandon of Power Belly Gear. I think he said this to me, that he's like, being in on Massenomics or following Massenomics and enjoying it feels like being in on the largest inside joke of my life. Like that I'm in on this inside joke with thousands of other people. And I'm like, that is what Massenomics is, basically.
Even the funniest part is like, we kind of are like the two main brains behind it.
Right.
But even then, inside jokes happen outside of our control sometimes.
Right.
It's like,
they do kind of just like...
I guess there was an inside joke that I wasn't even in on, but I feel like I am now. Like, and that's happening more and more, and it's so funny.
Yeah, that is really accurate, though. It is just this inside...
It actually
joke
has
that
a life
thousands of us... And then like people come in to say the comments of Instagram, and they don't get it, and it's like people go on and on about these inside jokes back and forth, and you can tell the other people are like, what is this? What are you guys talking about?
I don't quite get what's going on here, but seems funny. Like,
right.
Like that too.
Yeah. Like people are like, I don't get it, but I guess it's funny.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Means you're in the right place. Okay, we got some exciting stuff coming. By the time this is coming out, if you're an early listener,
this might be the most exciting part of the whole podcast, and we've had a lot of exciting stuff here.
And we have more exciting stuff coming. But yeah, this could top it. But we need to be. It's like,
give me a hell yeah.
Nope.
Massenomics.
Okay,
they all
we
make
got
sense.
some noises.
Yeah.
We have a new Massenomics contest coming, and this is the Lift Hard, Live Easy contest. And we are excited about this one. We've done 2 Massenomics contests in this style so far.
Jefferson Deadlift League, and then the
stimulus package.
Yeah, stimulus package.
And so now the third in the series here, the Massenomics Lift Hard, Live Easy contest. We are going to be doing a contest where we want you to do a video of you lifting hard and living easy.
Yep.
And the main rule here is that you have to make a video showing how you do those 2 things, lift hard and live easy, and it has to be under a minute in length.
Yeah, minute or less.
Because we have to be able to fit it on Instagram so we can show it to people.
Right, and the Instagram doesn't like the IGTV things near as well.
Yeah, they don't.
So you got to keep it to a minute somehow.
And for your own good, too, more people can see it, too. So you got to keep it under a minute so that it can fit on a single IG post. But we want to see how you guys are lifting hard, living easy, and...
So do you think they could they show us either just how they lift hard or just how they live easy, or does it kind of need to be both? I think you got to
have a little bit of both.
Yeah,
I mean, it's all about the yin and the yang here, Tanner.
Right.
You got to have the balance.
Just lifting hard, that's cool.
Yeah,
but
a lot of people just lift hard, and a lot of people, if they don't lift hard, just live easy.
Yeah, right. But we want to see how you do both.
Yeah, we have a special breed here of people doing both, and so we need to get that captured. And what are you going to get for winning this?
That's probably
and this is where...
How do we follow up the medium-sized check?
How do you follow up a very, very medium-sized $500 check? Mm-hmm. The value's not so medium, but the check itself was.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this might be our best prize package yet.
Right.
So for awarding this is one single prize. You get both of these things here.
Yeah.
For the lifting hard component, you will be receiving a brand new Texas Power Bar.
Right.
Now that's pretty cool.
That is very cool.
We've been lifting hard on Texas Power Bars since almost day one at the Massenomics
since like
gym.
1980.
Yes, since like 1980. They are virtually maintenance free. Yeah. And they are strong as a house. And we're not just saying these things because
they're actually true.
It is the truth. Like, and we love Texas Power Bars. It is
Yeah.
still my go-to bar in the gym.
Yep.
Just because they're tried and true and they work great.
Yep.
So you get a Texas Power Bar, but you say, but I also live easy. What do I get for living easy?
Because the Texas Power Bar fulfills the living hard.
The
Your
lifting
need
hard.
to live hard.
But what says living easy? Nothing says living easier than a $75 gift certificate to Applebee's. And that is
so
what you will be
true.
getting too. So after you're done,
that's not a joke.
Yeah, that's not a joke. So after you're done, putting your
it's
Texas
funny, but
Power Bar
it's
through
true.
its paces, you can hop in the car, go to Applebee's with your $75 gift certificate, and just, an Applebee's $75 goes quite a ways.
We did the math on it. We said how much does the gift card have to be for at least you and one other person to go to Applebee's and have a sweet living easy night?
Yeah.
How much does it need to be to just live easy as hell for one night?
It's like, you could have a good time at Applebee's for $20.
Right. Yes, you could. But
They have commercials on TV for $20.
to live easiest, it's fun to do it with someone else. So we figure you want to at least have one other
And to
person
not
with
even
you.
think about the money.
Right. Just to be like,
75
appetizer? Yes. Like tonight we get the appetizer. The $8 drink, like,
We'll do like 4
give
of
me a
those.
couple. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's where the $75 comes in. I think
Applebee's.
you can live you will live high on the hog as easy as possible for one night at Applebee's.
yeah.
And then
when you're done with that, you can get right back after it with your Texas Power Bar.
Yep.
God, that is a great prize package.
That is sweet.
I'm already jealous of whoever wins that one.
That is kind of the problem. Our prize packages are getting so good.
They're
I'm
just
like,
getting
I
too
kind of want
good.
another Texas Power Bar. Like,
Yeah. We don't even have an Applebee's in our town, but that would be a great reason to leave
That's
town
true.
to go to Applebee's.
Yeah,
I think
just to live
I think
easy.
the closest one's 2 hours away. I'd make
small price to pay to
it
live
is
easy.
a very small price to pay.
So we're not saying we are excluded from possible winning, and also keep in mind there will be runners up. Like we don't really have I don't know if we have a specific number of,
But we're gonna throw and that number, even if we'd have a specific, we never stick
We
to
never
it. So,
do, yeah.
Yeah, there will be definitely runners up. So if you don't
Yeah.
win, don't think you're out. You'll definitely have some apparel, gear, things like
I
that.
would guess
coming
we'll
your way.
probably pick about 10 other people outside of the grand prize that all get some stuff.
Yeah, there usually is a bare minimum of 5.
Yeah.
And it usually inflates to 10 in a
Right,
hurry,
because we're like, some of these are just so good. We
This
we
person
feel
put in too
guilty
much
if we
work.
don't give
they
them
put in
something.
too much work to not be rewarded.
Yeah.
So go fall into that category of us thinking, they did too much for us to not give them something.
So, I kind of expecting a lot out of some of these return.
Well, some people have definitely set the bar and have
Right.
developed a bit of a reputation. So
Right, but don't feel discouraged though if you haven't won in the past, because like I said, there is even if you're not going to be the grand prize winner, you got a good chance at getting free stuff still. And it's just the funnest.
and I don't know if you've looked lately,
Yeah.
but we have some pretty.
We do, and the coolest part really is just being a part of
Yes.
another
Yes.
inside thing.
Yep, you'll get shared.
Yeah. Yep.
You can cement your spot in the the infamous video submission gallery that we have going. So
Yeah.
yeah. Full details on it though will be on Instagram.
When do we about think it's going to start though?
I think Monday we're going to put it out there.
So about
aren't we?
when this comes out.
Well,
then.
yeah. What is that? November 1st, 2nd?
That sounds a boot, right? Second.
Yeah, and we'll probably run it for 2 weeks. So
Yeah.
through like the
13th, 14th.
yeah, and then announce it later in the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, full details will be on Instagram. Look at the post as far as tagging us and hashtags and making sure the video's under a minute and all that good stuff. But I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You pretty much do a video, lifting hard, living easy, keep it under a minute, tag us, get the hashtag on there, probably lift hard, live easy, and we'll get you in the running. And Tanner, I think I can speak for the both of us when I say I'm very excited to see what's going to come of that.
I am too. It's going to be sweet.
Should we keep moving?
Yeah, because after that, we've got Joe Sullivan to get to. We had so much stuff we haven't even talked about Joe, but we'll save that all for Joe after the ads, I guess.
We will. And I am happy to share that this week we have a new Lifting Large ad.
All right. lift.
So for everyone that thought they were going to skip past, you just went, what?
Yeah.
What? I got to hear this thing. What's going on at Lifting Large?
Yeah.
Since 2004, Lifting Large has been providing lifters across the world with powerlifting gear from Titan Support Systems. Lifting Large has the largest in-stock supply on Titan wrist and knee wraps in the world. In the world, Tanner. In the world. That's a world record.
Right. That is a new WR.
It is. And we are talking Lifting Large. So they are the home of the ground log deadlift slipper, and it's always in stock and always ready to ship. And you could also add something else in that category, which is the ER competition combo racks, which are also in stock and ready to ship too. And ER combo racks. It's a nice combo rack.
That's right.
Lifting Large is the only powerlifting supplier with live website chat support available during the weekdays. You can get email responses to any of your questions in hours, not days. And they are now accepting Amazon Pay and Stripe for a quick and simple checkout.
Right
and
on.
once you check out, your order will ship fast with same-day shipping on almost all of their products. Massenomics listeners can use code MASS20, that's MASS20 in all caps, to get 20% off Lifting Large branded product and receive an additional 50 reward points added to your Lifting Large account.
Oh, that's new.
We're all about
That's
giving people reward points here.
And I assume you get to redeem reward points later on to get you a little money off your future orders is usually how that works. So that's sweet. You're like doubling up that's like,
Doubling
you're just
up on the
literally
goods.
insane not to use MASS20 at checkout now.
Yep, you got to. Place your orders at liftinglarge.com, and you can follow them on Instagram at liftinglarge.com. That's at liftinglarge, DOTCOM. The Massenomics podcast is also brought to you by Spud Inc. and the Looper Straps. Serious athletes know the strength that adding chains to your bench or squat will build. The Spud Inc. Looper Straps are designed for exactly that purpose, easily wrapping around any traditional or specialty bar to give you space for more than 10 chains on each side. The Looper Straps can be adjusted to accommodate different lifter heights, and the chains can be placed at different positions in the adjuster loops to target your specific weak points. Outside of the big lifts, the Looper Straps add an extra challenge to almost any exercise and even work as standalone alternatives to traditional dumbbell movements like the bicep curl or tricep extension. The Looper Strap is available at spud-inc-straps.com. This episode of the Massenomics Podcast is also brought to you by Hybrid Performance Method. If you've been training without a coach and have been looking for a competitive edge, remember to check out hybridperformancemethod.com. Hybrid has 15 different strength and fitness programs covering everything from powerlifting and strongman to gymnastics and general fitness, all included in one training membership. That's not all. Hybrid also offers one-on-one personalized nutrition coaching that uses lifestyle habits and a flexible approach to shape your nutrition plans around your current lifestyle, instead of turning your lifestyle upside down in order to support unsustainable habits that only work in the short run the way most programs do. If you're ready to take your training, nutrition, or both to the next level, use code MASS, that's MASS in all caps, for 5% off membership to all programs for the life of your membership. And last but not least, today's show is brought to you by Texas Power Bars. Buddy Capps first started lifting weights in the late 60s and began powerlifting in the mid 70s. At the time, he was working for Image Barbell building gym equipment. Around 1976, a local machine shop started making Olympic bars for them, calling it the Image Bar. In 1977, Image Barbell became Champion Barbell. It was then that Buddy started looking at the bars with an intent of changing them for the better. In 1979, Buddy bought his first lathe to begin addressing the known issues. In 1980, his passion, drive, and purpose now had a greater mission. Buddy set out on his own to make what he believed was the greatest bar he had ever seen and trained with, and the Texas Power Bar was born. It was strong as a house with the best knurling and was maintenance-free. Hundreds of state, national, international, world, and Massenomics powerlifting records have been and continue to be set and broken on the Texas Power Bar, including being sent to a winner of the upcoming Massenomics Lift Hard, Live Easy contest. So they can add that to their list of being the only bar to be a part of that contest in the history of the world. To learn more about Texas Power Bars and buy one of their legendary bars, visit TexasPowerBars.com.
Of course.
It's almost too easy.
Yeah. Now for Mr. Sullivan. Hopefully. It's always the important part, hopefully.
Hello.
Joe, you are live on the Massenomics podcast with Tanner and Tommy. We're excited to have you on this week.
Hey, I'm excited to be on here. The only reason I was like, to let everybody know, I texted whoever I was talking to, and I'm like, yo, are we going to go or whatever? Cause it's like, bro, it's 9:43 at night. Like I'm normally winding down at this time. Like I got Bob's Burgers paused on the TV, just kind of like chilling in my recliner right now.
And now we're about to extremely wind you up.
Oh, I'm sure.
The winding level is going to change in a hurry.
What is a day in my life without me getting ungodly pissed off?
You thought you were going to make it through one.
You're probably actually
fine.
pretty safe because we almost make an intentional point of we so rarely talk about anything serious. So you're probably in for a treat here today, I think.
I mean, that's solid too, man.
Yeah. We did have to call in a pinch hitter for you last week. Nobody listening really knows this, but we were going to talk to you last week, and it ended up not working out for the time and everything. So last minute, we called Dan Bell, and he took your spot. So he had big shoes to fill, but he did all right.
He's a big man to fill those shoes, so I'm pretty sure that was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I love Dan. I wish I knew him better, honestly. Like every time I speak with him, it's like a solid interaction. Dude is funny as fuck, solid as fuck. Well, I don't think you guys have sworn yet, so I'm swearing. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. You can say whatever the fuck you want on here.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't give a fuck.
I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I was just like, wait, these guys haven't said anything yet, so I don't know if I'm supposed to do this.
No, you're. But I don't want to give
okay.
away anything too important, but there's more to come on that specifically in the questions for you later. So that's even great.
Okay, that's awesome. I guess. Sweet, but yeah, Dan is a great guy. I wish I knew him better. He's cool. So like, great. That's awesome.
No, yeah, you're kind of wrong there. Once you first meet him, he does seem all right. Once you get to know him better, he sucks.
Yeah. So like every other human on the planet. Yeah, I get it.
That's true. Just
It's like oh, dude, this person is so great, and then you spend more time with them, and it's like, oh fuck, you have annoying traits too. This sucks.
You were just being cool because we were new to each other. Now you're just like everyone else. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so you did just compete with Dan then too, didn't you? We
both of us at the showdown.
And
he was in
you hit a new world record, right?
Yeah, I got the 822 record for the 220 weight class in sleeves. But I was saying like it was great. Like I love sharing the platform with all those guys, but like when you're at a meet, like you're really only worried about or really paying attention to the people in your flight, you know, because like when you're not actually lifting, you're either eating or resting or just doing shit pertaining to your own lifting. So I was like, I loved competing with Dan, but I was like, fuck, I wish I got to actually see it more, you know?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
You're too much in the zone. Someone's got to go squat that 822 pounds. So
doesn't squat itself.
Right. Or lay down in between flights or eat or whatever, you know?
Right. So you are now, I think, how long have you been running Pinnacle Performance? Tell us about that a little bit. Has it been about a year now?
About a year. Yeah. A little under a year, like 9-10 months. I don't know because, I know the actual date I was brought on as co-owner, was like January 25th of 2019. And the only reason I know that is because the funny story about like pertaining to me becoming co-owner of Pinnacle Performance, because it was open for like 3 or 4 months prior to me being brought on. The other guy, like my business partner, Tim Castle, he opened up the place just kind of as a passion project because he's an older guy. He's 50 years old. And he was like, I want to fucking do this. So I'm going to do it. He did it. He expected people to just flock to it and nobody came. And then he basically through like, I met him through Janice Finkelman because she was training there. And I trained with her and, I went over there one time. We just had an interaction and he, just in the short version is he was like, well, Joe knows what he's doing. He's managed stuff before. He's opened stuff before. I'm kind of drowning because he only had like 20 members, and he was like, do you want to be brought on for this? And I was like, sure. And it was the day after I coached at a seminar in Toledo, Ohio, which was a week before I was supposed to move to Las Vegas. So it was just kind of like this random string of events that essentially kept me staying in Columbus and put me where I am now, which is an awesome position. It's just like a ridiculous chain of events.
Well, what I remember about that is we were going to send you a t-shirt or something in the mail. And I said, is this your same address? Whatever, Columbus, Ohio. And he said, yeah, it is for now, but soon I'm moving out west.
Yeah.
And then like a week later, you posted like that you now own a gym in Columbus, Ohio. And I was like, oh, he really didn't want that t-shirt, did he? He made up the whole moving us the roundabout here.
Yeah.
Like he really didn't want us to send that t-shirt.
No, it was crazy, man. I had my stuff packed. Like I had stuff in Rubbermaid containers because I had a truck rented, I had to get a refund on a U-Haul. Cause I was like a week later, I was like going to Vegas, dropping a bunch of money and buying into a gym out there, but then it just kind of happened here.
Yeah. That is crazy
Tim
how that
needed
works
a partner
out.
and needed a dude to make the place what it is now. And now we're here. So
how do you like, having we don't have to get in the arrangements, but a somewhat equal business partner. Does that work out for you all right? Because Tommy and I actually hate each other. We just put on a good face for the podcast
bro.
here. But,
yeah. That's the thing. Like eventually, just because like Tim is like speaking more and like we work well together, but he like was not into the whole powerlifting scene. He is getting more into the powerlifting scene. And I'm like, I want this fucking bastard on a podcast at one point because it's hilarious, because like you said, we fucking hate each other. There are days where like I am just like Tim's very stressed out. He has an entire other industry that he's a part of that is very, very high stakes and makes a lot of money, and it works for a lot of money, and like
he sells lift shorts too.
Yes, it's all about the lift shorts.
High stakes, a lot of money. Yep.
Yeah. God, Jesus Christ, this fucking shirt. But Tim gets very stressed out because of the other stuff that he does.
Right.
Tim does not manage that stress very well. So he will come into the clip and there will be a clip on the ground, or come into the gym and there will be a clip on the ground or a barbell on the ground, or one of the sanitizer bottles has not been filled and he'll perhaps like chuck it across the room at me or something. And it's like, yo, bro, like I'm here for 10 hours a day. Like maybe you could chill out. And like, I've been dealing with everybody all day and I was going to get to that. And Tim and I will yell at one another and we'll like point fingers in one another's faces and say a variety of things like shit and fucking cunt and like eat a dick and whatever. And then we'll go on a walk and we'll come back and be like, okay, yeah, it's cool. It's fine.
Yep.
You know, cause we work really well together too. We basically, again, the too long didn't read version of it is we sued the state of Ohio regarding the closures of gyms and we won. And that was a really badass thing. And I'm going to fucking be mayor of Columbus eventually or some stupid shit. Fuck it. I don't know. I'm like, am I joking? Does it fucking matter if I'm joking? Who cares?
No.
Yeah, we work really, really well together and he's a great partner and we literally kick a lot of fucking ass and it's great. But we get pissed at one another because we're really similar people. In some aspects, because I'm an only child. He's also an only child. We've both kind of like clawed and scratched for shit in our lives and also been through like not similar stuff, but like similar enough stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, we work really well together, but then we don't work really well, or we don't work just as hard together. Like it's just as powerful when we're fucking mad.
Mm-hmm. Understand. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
But it's fine.
Sure.
It's cool. It's hilarious.
See, you mentioned the Arnold and, you know, I know you held an event we had a booth at the Arnold last year. We were planning on having one this year. Obviously, then the Arnold got canceled at the last minute, or I don't know if canceled is the right word, but it kind of canceled, semi-canceled.
Yeah.
The expo was and everything. And what I'm wondering, you as like a Columbus resident, what was the vibe around there for like business owners, you know, people that own restaurants and that sort of thing? Like, was it a big deal not having the Arnold and the normal people that flock in for that in the normal way that it would be? Yeah.
Huge deal, huge impact on the city as a whole. Like for me personally, it was like I actually reread a post of a friend of mine, a girl that was here competing in the wellness division or whatever. She put a post up and was like, I really got to see Joe like panic and be like, guys, business meeting right now, and get stuff done. And that's like, for me personally, I was like, the expo is canceled. I'm supposed to squat in the animal cage. I have 5,000 square feet in this gym. Why don't we just do something here? Oh, fuck. Okay, let's plan this.
Right.
So I was like super proactive. Like this could be opportunity to have some fun and do some stuff and make like lemonade out of lemons for my place, but for the restaurants, for the bars, for everything else in Columbus. Like I can't remember the exact number, but I think the Arnold brings in, it's like approximately like $60 million to the city of Columbus every year.
I believe it for sure. Yeah.
And while we ended up making out well, because it made Pinnacle the spot, and it was already becoming like the place in Columbus, but that just like put it on the map.
But not by accident. You acted really quick and did things right.
From where we were, you know, across the country, it was like, damn, that looks so cool there.
Yeah.
Like,
and we personally debated, you know, we had talked to you, I think you, and we were talking to Nick at Live Large, of course, and some other people at the same time. And we're talking about it. It's just tough. We're so, you know, it's so far for us. It's just, you know, whether we should have still actually went or not is tough to say, but it did look awesome from our point of view too. And we've felt kind of sad that we missed out on it still.
Yeah, dude, seriously, I know. I remember I briefly spoke with somebody, and then I spoke a bunch with Nick, because he was also a huge component of this. And he told me like, yeah, they're thinking about it. And then he was like, no, they're not coming. I'm like, damn, you know, but
they suck.
Those guys are the worst.
I don't know.
We never wanted them anyways.
I mean, it's like not like I have any of your flags hung up in my fucking room. Like, geez, whatever, man.
Those do look good up there though too.
They do.
Yeah, no, they really do. Everybody, it's all the non-power lifters that walk in and they're like,
whoa,
oh, don't curl in the squat rack. Classic. That's so cool.
I don't do that,
guys,
so don't worry.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's sweet.
We had Alan Thrall on a while back, and he, you know, on Tame Strength out in Sacramento, and he made the same comment. He's like, yeah, everyone comes in when they check out the gym. They don't say much, but they'll go, don't curl at me. That's funny.
Yeah, it's just like one of those, like, breathe a little harder out of your nose and be like, cool.
That's what it garners.
That's kind of like a good description of Massenomics. Like, breathe a little harder out of your nose.
You're like, huh.
Neat.
That was the first year we had our booth at the Arnold. We literally watched people do that. It was like
they'd walk by and just
they'd
go,
look once, look away, and that is actually the perfect way to describe it. Breathe a little. I like that. That is
Jesus
good.
Christ.
That's our new marketing.
Like, thanks.
Yeah.
How many of those do I need to pay my rent?
Yeah. Could you like spit out a $20 bill when you make that noise or something? No. So what about do you have like any inside scoop on what's going to go on for the Arnold for next year? Like, do you hear people talk about that at all? Do you think there will be an expo?
Dude, I don't know. Yeah. I go back and forth because I can't believe half the shit that's happened this year. So like I'm done predicting shit. You know?
That's probably the only safe position, is to say I'm not predicting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I really couldn't tell you, because like they canceled the expo when it was literally just the coronavirus was just starting to become a thing. And we have a pretty vocal government currently about the like everybody, a lot of the people in Ohio are still very, very scared, and that's okay. I'm also like, I have no political opinions whatsoever in 2020, and I will not discuss any.
Right.
But everybody seems to, there's a large majority of people that are still very scared, especially in Columbus. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know. It sucks.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want to see it happen, and I'm hopeful that it'll happen, but it's also like, I will not be surprised whatsoever if it doesn't.
Well, and don't you think? Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, and it's one of those things too, where you don't want it to happen and be like, the Arnold is 1/50th the size it normal is. Like that, the whole point of the Arnold is like mayhem,
exactly.
you know?
Yeah, that's not really the Arnold.
Yeah, you don't want it to be a shell of what it was.
Right. But don't you think they have to make a decision sometime fairly soon? Like they're not going to wait till like the day before this time and be like, yeah, it's canceled again.
Yeah. I see. If that wasn't a joke, that should have been a joke, because that's exactly what they did last year. Because I remember talking to Nick about this, and it's like, the people are talking about it being canceled. There's hype, or like there's talk about it, and then we get through the weekend, and then it's like Tuesday, and everything starts on like, everybody arrives on Wednesday, and everything starts on Thursday, and they're like, it's canceled. It's like, what? Okay.
We literally had our 8 hours. We had our truck packed to the gills. We were
8 hours out from a 24-hour car ride.
Right. And like I called Tommy and said, yeah, someone, like, you better check the news. Something's going on. Like, I think they're canceling the Arnold. And he's like, no, they're not. We're like leaving in the morning. They're not canceling the Arnold today. It's like, that's what happened. And at the time, it seemed completely insane because things weren't getting, like, that was one of the first big dominoes to fall.
And then it's like a week later, it's like NBA.
Right.
I mean, it was like everything after that.
Dude, seriously. And that's the thing. That's like, all this shit happened. And like, I laugh my ass off because my life is so fucking absurd sometimes. And I'm not like, okay, sure, I'm aggrandizing myself. I don't give a fuck. I think it's just hilarious because, like, we had this whole thing happen, the fucking coronavirus. Everybody's like, oh, fuck it. Yeah, this isn't a thing. And then all this other shit happens. And then it's like, oh, fuck, there's like, a lot of people have died. And like, oh, God, it's so horrible. And it's an actual serious thing that's going to go in fucking history books now. And I have a goddamn coronavirus tattoo on the top of my foot.
Someone mentioned, when I was talking to someone about John Oldham, that we were going to talk to you on the podcast today, he said something about that, and I didn't realize that you had. So you do have a tattoo, then, don't you?
On the top of my foot, of a Corona bottle and a skull and the number 20.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Okay.
There are multiple other people that have this matching tattoo.
Yeah.
Because we're all stupid and it's dumb.
Well,
interesting.
Yeah. It's like, good news. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So will you plan, regardless of what happens as far as the big Arnold Expo and stuff goes, will Pinnacle have something again? Will you host something again?
We are planning to, and I want to be like, yes, of course, absolutely, no shit. It was awesome. We're going to do it, and it's going to be awesome again. But the problem with me definitively saying yes is because we were kind of the spearhead to sue the state and win and kind of put ourselves in a legal position to say fuck you to the government. Because of that, the health department is kind of up our ass, and I would be somewhat hesitant or scared to absolutely have an event the size that we did last year.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Because I have had multiple anonymous complaints put in relation to Pinnacle. And I have had the health department, and I'm air quoting right now, they have randomly showed up to the gym 5 times. And it's just kind of as if we have a bullseye on our back.
Right. Yeah.
And that sucks, but I want to do something.
Yeah, that's a going to have, though.
It just turns into a big, hey, look at us, guys.
Exactly. Right. And that's the problem, you know?
Yeah. That's
so
tough.
Tentative, yes, we want to do something. We're going to try to do something. We're going to try to make something fucking work. But I really can't give you a good answer on that right now, other than all that.
I mean, 4 months out, like
That's
no
good.
one knows what's going to happen in the world between
could
now
be just
and then.
insanely different at that point in time.
Yeah, where's
Flying
the
cars
Q
might
and-
exist by then. I don't know.
I was gonna say, where's the QAnon guys and like the fucking aliens?
Well, I was gonna say more will finally materialize on this UFO thing. Like that got slipped through there. Like there was a UFO. Like didn't the Pentagon essentially say that there was somewhere
back,
there?
Yeah,
like,
they confirmed all those videos that got leaked a while ago, and they're like, yeah, we have no idea what these are.
and everyone's kind of like,
okay.
we don't really have time for that right
that's
now.
too low on the totem pole.
Sick, cool.
It's like, okay, so there's aliens, but we're like, that's not that big of a deal right now.
Yeah, but Grandma has this cough that won't go away. Fuck.
Right.
That was dark. God damn. Jeez.
Yeah. That's 2020 for you with everything going on.
With everything going on now.
We just like to say that a lot. We just say, with everything going on. You can just kind of preface anything you say, with everything going on.
And people are like,
we get that. Yeah, with everything going on.
It's like a free pass for anything you do now.
Jesus Christ. I'm going to use that. That's great.
With everything going on. I don't think it would really be a podcast with Joe Sullivan if we didn't bring this up. So, hey, Joe, remember that time you were squatting and the bar bent over your back? That was pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I do remember it. It's definitely a thing that happened, and I don't get tired of having the video share over and over and over again, and people recognizing me in Kroger, asking me if I've bent any barbells lately. It's totally cool.
You're a world record power lifter, and like you're like the thing that went probably. I
fucking called it. I said it. I said this 2 years ago when this fucking thing blew up initially and it went fucking viral. I was like, I am going to be able to break every fucking world record in the world ever in the history of powerlifting, whatever the fuck. And I'm going to be the stupid fucking bastard that bent a barbell. And I broke a fucking all-time world record that no one has ever done before.
I was like, wasn't that the guy that bent the bar over his neck?
The fucking guy that bent the fucking bar. God damn it.
People like novelty.
Yeah.
I know. I wish I stole the bar from that gym. I really do.
You could have that like mounted in a display case at Pinnacle.
You could probably even charge admission, and people be like, "You got to see the bar."
Here it is.
Fuck! I missed an opportunity.
Really, the only bad thing about that whole scenario is that you weren't wearing a Massenomics shirt at the time. Because imagine what we could have got out of that if you were wearing.
I know. That's like 50% of bacon and barbells.
I know. You should be getting royalties probably because like that shirt they probably sold like you said 50% more of those shirts because of that one.
Yeah, I just get butthole pictures from Jordy on occasion.
Well, you can't really put a value on that.
I mean, priceless.
He is Canadian.
Yeah, those guys.
Different currency.
One other thing? I'm just completely shifting gears around randomly here. Since you manage and actively manage the gym, owner operator of it, you're also a world class power lifter. You lift there in the gym. Is it ever challenging for you to get in the zone for a workout, a big lift, when you're also like, oh shit, look at that hand sanitizer over there that needs to be filled? Like, do you struggle with these like little mundane operational things while you're trying to squat 800 pounds? Like, does that stuff bother you, or like, can you like sectionalize that stuff within your head or within your actual activities that it's not a big deal?
Everything is a big deal all the time, forever. Yes. The answer to that question is yes, a resounding yes.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love Pinnacle. I love being there. I love being there 10 hours a day, every day, 7 days a week. I need a day off. Oh God. But I love it. I love being there and it's great, but I have a very hard time not being like, who the fuck did this? Why is this a thing? Somebody today broke a brick of chalk and put it in a J cup. So it was like a little mountain of chalk.
It's like not funny, but it's so funny because it's so.
I don't know what they were doing with it.
Yeah.
I don't know why it was a thing. And I just got so mad because I'm just so confused. And somebody left the baby powder. It was laying on its side by the front door, and I know who it was. And I want to text them and be like, what, like, put your fucking shit back where you got it. But I also don't want to be an asshole. And it's fine. And then, like, I got a phone call right before my top set that I had to take. And I fucking talked about the gym, and I'm like, we're here like usually 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., you know, and like, I'd love it for you to stop by. And it's like, oh, Jesus Christ. And then I squatted 745 pounds, and it's fine.
Right.
It's a day. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's okay.
The chalk. That's,
I get that too.
Why would anyone do that?
We have Massenomics gym, and it's kind of like a club gym, but we have members. You know, it's not really a huge public thing, but we do have members, and there are things. You know, I'm more particular than average. You know, like, because I do run it, so I do like to put the things away and stuff. So I get it that not everyone's on the same, like, looking at it from my lens, but there are some things occasionally where I'm like, well, come on, man. Like, what in the fuck were you doing? Like where were, like, what? Like, honestly, I want to see what happened.
Like why do we have to put signs on the toilet to, like, not shit on the side of the toilet? Like,
Dude, yeah.
Yes.
The poop goes in the toilet.
It's really just astounding.
Yeah.
How we're all just a bunch of wild animals.
Yes. And it's like, I joke, but I don't joke because I, like, expect people to call me daddy at the gym because I just fucking babysit the fuck out of everybody. And I'm like, hey, remember to put this back. And oh man, look, there was this one time where a kid was, like, mixing pre-workout up by the front desk. And he, like, spilled a quarter of the pre-workout, like, after it was already, like, mixed. So
he's
it was like
well,
weird,
see you later.
yeah, like sticky, chunky juice, whatever. And he's like, oh fuck, I'm gonna get that.
Yeah.
And then he just walked away.
It's just
and
like,
it was during, and it was during the summer, and I wasn't wearing shoes.
Yeah.
And I walked out of the office, and I stepped in sticky, chewy fruit punch, and I got upset.
It's just like super bad when McLovin goes into the gas station to buy beer, and he pulls some bottles out of the case, and they shatter on the floor. and the C-store worker goes up, and he's like, "Was this you, man?" And he's like, "No, you should really clean this up. Someone's gonna slip. This could be dangerous." And the guy just looks and goes, "Fuck my life."
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Joe, are you familiar at all with our underrated, overrated game? It's a segment of our podcast.
Dude, I am not on the podcast though.
Okay,
like, I just hear it on
we do it on Instagram,
and I don't really understand it. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really understand it, so you're
about to understand it.
Okay, great. And for, like, full disclosure, I hardly ever listen to podcasts because I swear I have ADD. So. Do you listen to ones that you're like? Do you listen if you're on someone's podcast? Will you listen to that? No.
I mean, you lived it. What's the point of hearing it, right?
No, I already heard myself speak these words. Why do I need to hear it again?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
I don't know. Okay,
so underrated, overrated. What we do, Tommy and I hand select a series of topics that are specific for you. And
artisanal topics.
Yeah, they're artisanal. These ones in particular today are Joe Sullivan topics. And you have to report back to us after we give you the topic, whether it is overrated or underrated. And the important thing to keep in mind there is you have your druthers on how long you answer that, you know, how much additional information you want to give. But you do have to remember that you have to result with an overrated or underrated. You can't ride the line. Because a lot of times you're going to want to ride the fence, and that's not an option here in overrated, underrated. Tommy, what other important rules would we have of the game?
I mean, I think that's really about it.
There's usually about 4, and some of them are serious hard hitters. You know, this is where we really get into the nitty-gritty. Hard hitters. Yeah. So does that all kind of make sense to you?
Yes, I think it makes sense. Basically, make a decision.
And if you ever get confused on the rules, you
just
can ask us.
We'll go back on the rules. And there's no time.
Right.
There's no stopwatch or anything. You're not on the clock. We do score you. The scoring system doesn't make any sense and it doesn't mean anything, but it is
perfect.
But
Just
it is
like all the
important.
rules
Yeah.
in powerlifting. That's great.
And if you notice, we barely talk to you about powerlifting. That's about par for the course of our.
No, yeah, I dig this. This has been great.
Yeah. Okay. So on to overrated, underrated. First one, we have talked about this a little bit, but we didn't hit it this way. Overrated or underrated? The Arnold.
Overrated because, and I can definitively say that because while it does have a lot of good qualities, because I love seeing all of the great people that I have met and they have positively impacted my life through powerlifting and the fitness industry, quote unquote, whatever. It's overrated because you also see people in the fitness industry that irritate the fuck out of you and you have to be polite to them, or at least I choose to be polite to them because I'm Mr. High Road all the time and I hate it, but it's fine. Thanks, Dad. But yeah, it's it's not that fun after you do it once. Like the actual expo, like the cage, great.
Yeah.
Events, great. Seeing people at the booths that you're like cool with, great. But walking around the expo, having dudes that are just there for like free samples and nobody that knows how to fucking shower or use a bathroom or talk to humans, not on fucking bodybuilding.com forums, it makes me want to shoot my fucking face off.
Yeah.
So overrated.
You did
on that
kind of
one.
just
And-
summarize the entire Arnold right there.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the whole thing.
And because I live in Columbus and I've lived in Columbus for a long time, when there's that many more people in the city, I just get super fucking angry because I'm like, you all need to go home.
Right.
I don't want you here. You're breathing my oxygen. Get the fuck out.
This is my city.
And
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And just the traffic gets horrible and it just makes me lose my mind.
yeah, that as someone that lived there, I could totally understand how that kind of ruins, especially people. I mean, you're a power lifter. You run a powerlifting gym. Like it means something to you. Imagine just the average people that live there and like, this sucks.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. These fucking meatheads.
Yeah. We did, that did just make me think of anything. So got to just put pause on the overrated under. We meant to ask you about the food joint to see if you know it or not. So how do you explain where this is?
What's the place right across from the Arnold? It's like that marketplace or whatever it is.
It's like an open air
The North Market.
Okay,
The North Market.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's one place we always freak out about. I think it's called like Hubert's Polish Kitchen. Have you ever had that one there?
I think so, but
okay.
I don't.
Dude, it's
I think I've had their
it's damn good. Yeah,
Yes, pierogies.
the
Yes,
pierogies.
yes.
Yeah, I think I've
Yeah.
had the pierogies there. Like
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's damn good. We were really looking forward to that this year, but I guess we
Yeah,
gotta wait.
I just you guys got to go to fuck, what's the name of it? Holy shit, I can't believe I'm blanking. I'm so fucking mad at myself. It's the pierogi something.
Okay.
Ooh.
Is there a Polish culture
Motherfucker.
in Columbus or something, or is it just coincidental?
There's a lot of flat facers here. Yeah, I'm very Polish.
Oh, okay.
Yes, there's a Polish culture here.
Okay.
It's cool. They're a big pierogi town.
Cool. Okay. I didn't know that.
I didn't
Fuck.
either.
Yeah,
We
no,
thought
I
we
really
just found
can't
this
remember the name
one
of the place.
diamond
I'm
in
so
the
mad at
rough.
myself.
We
Yeah.
found this one diamond in the rough Polish place that was
Damn,
just kick ass.
yeah, that we know
No,
there's Polish
there's-
places around.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really good pierogi spots in Columbus. Like, well, there's not. I wouldn't say like dedicated pierogi spots.
Yeah.
But like there are a lot of good pierogi options. There's a lot of like Germanic, like that central fucking Europe culture in Columbus.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's good to
That's
know.
good to know. We can broaden our
Well,
horizons.
we've just gone to Hubert's Polish Kitchen every year for like the past 5 years. Maybe
Well,
we
I
just
mean,
need to try going somewhere else.
partly because it's across the street.
Right,
You know, it's-
right.
Yeah, you know, and I mean that's a solid option if they stay spitting great pierogies. I don't know,
Yeah,
like,
they do too.
but yeah, the North Market is fun. I just really haven't been there in a long time.
Okay. Well, if next time you're there, stop at Hubert's and tell them the Massenomics guys sent you. It'll get you 10% off your next meal.
I will do that, and I'll post it to the
Yeah.
fucking internet.
Yes,
So, yeah.
perfect. We will be doing something in our daily lives and be like, "Ha, he did it."
Yeah, it's just another little nose breath.
Yeah.
Cool. Sweet.
Yeah, they actually did that thing. Okay, so next topic: overrated, underrated. I've seen to preface this one, I've seen you post some things that you've done a little bit of poetry, that sort of thing, a little bit of writing of some sort. Am I at least correct of that so far, that you have done a little writing of poetry of your own?
Yeah, I mean, if you can call it that, I don't fucking know, man.
Oh, no, that's fair. So, overrated or underrated, Edgar Allan Poe?
Oh, man. This is where I'm like, I want to ride the line because it's just like, eh.
Yeah,
but
right.
I guess Edgar Allan Poe overrated because like way too like, I just immediately think like the Hot Topic kid.
Yeah, he was like goth before people were goth,
fucking,
weren't they?
Like reads The Raven and is like, this is about me. Or like, I gotta say overrated because it makes me think of the try hard goth dude, or like the try hard scene guy. And like, I had the scene hair in high school and I wore my girlfriend's jeans. It was a disaster, but it's fine. So, I mean, I don't know. Like,
I think
overrated.
I think that's
overrated
really solid logic on that one.
That is.
Yeah.
So next topic, overrated, underrated, breathing belts or the breath belt. I don't know what exactly you call that, but I just saw you wearing it here recently. What do you call that? And is it overrated, underrated?
It's the breath belt. And I mean, I don't fucking know. Like, people are asking me how much I like it, and I'm like, I've literally used it twice. I don't know.
Like, what exactly is it?
Yeah, tell us like what that even is.
Well, it's the reason I got it is because I'm basically doing all of my training beltless or just with the breath belt, I guess now, until like probably fucking May of next year. Just because I don't really feel the need to, and I am not planning to compete until the showdown next year. So I'm just kind of like, I'm just going to do all my shit this way because fuck it. If I can get an 800-pound squat with like no real belt, I should be pretty decent when I put it back on.
Right.
But I bought this thing because I knew Duffin was a fan of it. He had spoken of it in like a couple of months ago probably, and he actually wore one underneath his actual belt when he was working up to his grand goals thing with the 1,000-pound squat for 3 reps. So he was a big fan of it. It's basically, and I whatever, and I hate being this guy because I'm like, don't drink the Kool-Aid of everybody, but like if Duffin puts his stamp of approval on something, I'm gonna buy it or investigate in it.
It should mean something.
Yeah.
Yes, So I was like, okay, beltless training, and then I'm like, I remember this thing. Fuck it, I'm gonna buy one and see what happens. And essentially, the thought process behind it is like, with a normal belt, like the lever belt, there's no pliability to it. You can brace your abdomen into it and like expand the front of your trunk, the back, the sides, and create like proper intra-abdominal pressure and all that other shit, and just stay as tight as you can. But because of the properties of like leather and it's not going to move, if you don't know how to breathe and expand equally, it's basically just going to be used as a crutch. It's why like some people, really, really great lifters, are still very, very strong without a belt, and not like strong lifters, but people that may have like compromised, like basically like just bracing, or their bracing sucks, or their torso position sucks, or whatever. They may be a lot more often, they're very strong with the belt, but if they take the belt off, they can't really get anywhere near their belted numbers. So I bought this because it's essentially just like Donnie Thompson's slingshot could be argued as like Jesus.
The bow tie.
Words are so fucked up. Yeah. The bow tie from Donnie Thompson. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. Well, it's probably because it's past my goddamn bedtime. But Donnie Thompson's bow tie could be argued as like a posture correcting device. The breath belt could basically be described as a torso corrective exercise, or a torso corrective like piece of equipment or something.
Yep.
It basically just gives you something to push into, and it stretches with you. It moves with you. It's really just like a piece of cloth with Velcro on it, and it just kind of expands and moves as you do.
Yep.
So it's really weird it's hard to describe. It doesn't feel like a normal belt at all. It feels like it's covering a lot of your abdomen, which is weird because it's like a corset essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But like you can move so freely in it and push your gut out, suck your gut in, like brace and expand so much that it moves so much that it really doesn't feel like it's actually giving you any support. But if you had asked me if I like whether it was like overrated or underrated last week or like after my first time trying it, because I tried it for a deadlift session and a bench session. Deadlift session and bench session, I was like, this is overrated. Like this thing just seems like a fucking weird corset that I'm wearing. I don't really feel like it's doing much for me to like proprioceptively get what I'm supposed to be doing with my abdomen. But after squatting today, which I did this afternoon, I would have to say that the breath belt is underrated because I felt I felt as if I was using my core more than I ever have and like creating more tension than I ever have when I was wearing it during my workout today. And even though I haven't really gotten a feel for it, which might tell you that my bracing might not be like as good as it could be on bench or deadlift. But after getting a feel for it today and really feeling like the feedback and the level of tension that I could create and just kind of how it made everything else in relation to my body, like in relation to my torso, like my hips and my shoulders, how it made them feel, I'd say it was underrated.
All right. I'd say we definitely learned a lot more about the breath belt
did,
than we knew today.
Yeah, sorry.
No.
I like went way into that.
Because we were curious what it actually really even was. So now we kind of
it's a weird fucking thing. And I talked about it a lot at the gym today because everybody was asking me because they're like, what the fuck is that weird waist trainer? And I'm like, it makes me look fucking jacked, guys. Like, fuck off.
Okay. Last topic for overrated, underrated, the F word.
I say fuck so much. This is a hard game. I don't like this game.
That's the beauty. That's the beauty of overrated.
Bullshit. God. Yeah. Shit. Because it's like I say fuck so much that I feel like I say fuck too much, which is a lot. Because like I'll hear myself talk sometimes, and I'll make this very, very good point about like how each muscle in the body is going to affect another thing, and like or put something across in a way that is like completely understood by the client or by my friend or whoever is fucking whoever it is I'm talking to. And I'll make this great point and I'll have this great thing, but it's just like fucking this and fucking that, and fuck this and fuck. And I'm like, bro, you could like record this and sell it if you didn't say fuck so much. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I got like, because I say shit a lot too. So overrated or underrated? I don't like this game.
Well, you can't.
I'm going to say overrated, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I guess. I don't know. Because like, because I feel like I could like find just as appropriate other swear words. Yeah,
right.
No, I definitely, okay, now more definitive answer. I had to work that one out in my brain.
That's how overrated, underrated works sometimes.
Shut the fuck up. It's almost like it makes sense. Okay, so because in Ireland or in the United Kingdom or whatever, they have their censorship.
We were just talking about that earlier in the episode, actually. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So they only censor fuck. So
they
there's
say
a lot of shit.
Cock and stuff all the time. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And like cock is just as powerful as fuck, just because it has like that hard cut at the end. So like even if you were like, rather than being like he's fucking around, you could be like he's cocking around. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's substitutes here, so I'd say it's overrated.
Good stuff.
The official word is in.
Yeah, and we just finished tallying the scores as you were going through that last one, and you passed. You passed overrated, underrated. So congratulations, Joe.
I didn't know it was a pass-fail. So great.
It changes a little bit every time.
The scale.
So,
it is a moving scale.
It's a sliding scale. It's weighted scoring.
It's a weighted sliding scale on a curve.
Sometimes there's JD Power Associates awards at stake. Not today, unfortunately. You don't get any of those. Sometimes we just give it cool beans. So you do get two cool beans though. So there you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Go ahead.
I'm done.
Questions?
There's a lot there.
There's a lot there. I was going to say, is it like 2 out of 3 cool beans and then there's one hot bean? Like
we don't know.
It around back
usually it's like the scale is
okay.
The scale's usually like 2 cool beans, but like 0 to 5 JD Power and Associates. If that scale comes out, that scale didn't come out today.
Cool beans is usually just straight up. You either get 2 cool beans or you don't. JD Power and Associates is 0 to 5.
You can go on half points on. You can do a half. You can do like 3.5 JD Power and Associates awards.
So it's really a 10-point scale, but
like
we
15.
just right. Yeah, there's a lot of nuances to the scoring. None of it makes sense.
Got it.
So that kind of covers what we wanted to talk to you. Is there anything you want to pitch as far as sponsors or any of that sort of stuff?
No, I mean, sure, I probably should, but whatever.
We leave that up to you.
Yeah, no, like, fuck it. Okay, like, I can't get over the JD Power Associates. God damn it. So, I am Joe Sullivan, Powerlifter on Instagram. If anybody needs anything, you can DM me. I talk to way too many people on the internet all day, so let's just continue.
I know how that goes.
I also have a website. Please go to my website and email me if you want to hire me for coaching or book a seminar with myself and Scott Miller.
Right on.
Also buy my fucking t-shirts. And they're on the website. And if you're ever in Columbus, hit up Pinnacle Performance. We are always there, and I have a great group of people there, and it's pretty awesome. And it's the best damn gym in the state, if not the country. So it's the best gym in my fucking world. So yeah, I'm Joe Sullivan. Like everybody knows how to get a hold of me. And if you don't know, like it's pretty fucking easy. It's pretty easy.
And just to clear things up though, so people should put the chalk in the J cup or not when they come to the gym.
Please don't do that, dude. I was so confused. I just because one of the other members was like, "What the fuck is this?" And I'm like, "What the fuck is what?" And then like I look at it, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is. Why is this a thing? And it's just, and going back to it, it's like that. My favorite thing is to piss on shit that's caked on the toilet.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's like my favorite thing of all time.
Yes.
And it's so much. It's so much. I love it. I joke because I'm like, I've never been this stressed out. I've never been this pissed off, and I've never been this fucking frustrated, but I've never been this happy.
Yep.
It's fucking duality, bro.
Good problems
I don't
to
know.
have.
Yeah.
We're not sure exactly with the Arnold and everything when life will bring us to Columbus next, but we'll be make sure to look you up in Pinnacle next time we're there. And for that matter, next time you're through Aberdeen, South Dakota, you're welcome to come to Massenomics Gym too. So
I was gonna say, if I need to find a particular cow, I will hit you guys up.
We can help with cows.
I have no fucking idea what is in Aberdeen, whichever Dakota you said.
Yep.
The western edge of northeast South Dakota. So
if that clears things up for you.
That's way too many words, dude.
It's all the directions.
we want all of them.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, we appreciate having you on. That was a blast. We'll catch up with you another time.
Great talk. I loved it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
I appreciate it.
See ya.
Talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
You heard it first. Way too many directions.
That's Tommy. If I had to give that interview just one word, you know what I would give it?
Oh, just one. God.
Just one word.
You're really making me think harder than I wanted to here.
Let me just spring it on you. I would give it Cool beans. No space.
Right. Just
No
just
space.
run them together.
Cool
you
beans.
just run them together.
Right. Oh, that one's
Yeah,
so good.
it
That
does
one is
have a
really
nice little
good.
bounce to
Yeah,
it.
it does. Well, that was a Cool Beans episode. We really talked for a while this
Cool
episode,
beans.
haven't we?
Yeah. That was a funny conversation.
I think Joe probably enjoyed that. Don't you
I
think?
think
That's
so.
a little different than what
he
he
said
pro-
it was cool at the end, so that's how.
Yeah.
And you could also tell the gears were turning on
Yeah.
JD Power and Associates.
He's like, what?
Oh wait, I
do
never
these guys
thought.
got
I
going
never
on
thought of
here?
ranking something by JD Power and Associates awards.
On a 0 to 5 point scale with half points being allowed?
It's the perfect.
Why is
scale.
it just a 1 to 10?
Wait, you can do a half an award? My God, it's perfect.
That's the perfect scoring system.
I did really like what do you say? The extra nose breath.
Yeah. That's what we get a lot.
That is Massenomics and
Look
nose
at
breath.
that.
Yes, it is.
What about our stuff? We talked a lot, but we do need to probably just bring up our stuff. It's biggest one I would say is the podcast supporting membership. You could sign up to be that.
Mm-hmm.
We've had the few Grand Slam members. There's like a bit of a weird thing going on where one of the Grand Slam members has found a loophole and is actually like
Figured out to
resubscribe for more levels. So
Yeah, it turns out
I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, it turns out
I
we
did
just
not
found
know you
out
could do that.
like, let's say you want to be at a $12 level and that doesn't exist. You can just sign up for the Lift Shorts level twice. It'll let you
Exactly.
do that. We didn't know that.
No, so he now is really
So you
like
can-
the
now
Ultra
with
Grand
the-
Slam,
with
I guess.
the,
I don't know.
With the apple pie level in there, you can actually do anything you want
It's
in dollar
limitless.
increments. Yeah.
It's limitless.
Yeah.
So if you would like to be a friend of the podcast, do please sign up. There are some other benefits that go along with that, but all of them pale in comparison with being a friend of the podcast, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's by far and away the best
I mean, then
part.
we are all friends with benefits, so we can
we
say
can
that.
do like just all kinds of stuff. Then.
Yeah, we are friends with benefits.
Friends with benefits. You can be a friends with benefits member or friends with benefits of the podcast. And leave us a 5-star review. I'm not going to read any reviews today. We did too much
we got
stuff.
too much
So
stuff, yeah.
we do have reviews have been rolling in though. We got a lot of reviews to keep reading here. So that's cool. So thank you for the people that are reading reviews. We're going to be really hot and heavy on that road to 300 soon, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like that's going to be right around the corner and it's getting hot and it's getting heavy.
Yeah. And it always does pick up even faster at the end, you know?
It does. Like, so that could just catch us completely by surprise if we don't stay on top of it. So we are going to stay on top of that.
I like being caught by surprise because
We
we
have-
got to do crazy things.
We
you
have
know?
so many damn things going on with
We
Massenomics
do.
right now that I'm not even joking that I'm like, weeks are flat. Massenomics weeks are just flying by
They are.
because there's like just so many things for us to
There
do.
is.
So
And
many
with everything going on, you know,
with
Tanner,
everything
it's-
going on in 2020, it's exciting for
even with
2021.
everything going on in Massenomics, it is.
Everything going on.
It's
and
every
all.
day. It's whoa, that happened.
It is. Is that about good, do you think?
And then if you didn't take anything else from this episode, make sure you check out that Lift Hard, Live Easy contest.
Yeah.
We want to see all of your guys' creative, beautiful,
Yeah.
original videos that you're putting together.
I wouldn't suggest waiting to be the last. I think sometimes people have the strategy.
Yeah,
I'm
I
going to be
would
last.
say that one little insider tip
Yeah.
is we did personally give a little preference to some people that did things
Hit it
first the
harder,
last time
'cause-
because there were some people that definitely did something and a lot of people followed up with something similar.
right.
And the similar ones were really funny, but it's like, no, that person did it first.
And
That's half the battle.
the way Massenomics works, we have all these inside jokes.
Yeah.
So it's like, so say we have 50 inside jokes. Most people like to incorporate some of those in their submission. So you can get out in front of it and be the first to use the throwaway culture inside joke. The
right side of
right side of
history.
history.
just
There's some
a
new ones here.
thousand
That,
things, yeah.
Right. So yeah. So don't wait to be then because we picked winners in both. We're not just. It's not the last one to submit wins here. We're looking at the full range from start to finish.
And again, don't be worried if you didn't have the best idea. We'll probably give stuff to
there's
10
probably
people.
still a good chance you could win a shirt and some stiff like that.
Yeah. So get entered.
Yeah, and like us on Facebook. Sign up to our newsletter on the website. It'd be weird if you listen to the podcast a lot and haven't signed up for that. So go do that. And then other thing, make sure to subscribe to us on our YouTube channel. We've said it before. We eventually here have changes coming up to the video presentation in some ways. Don't want to.
Oh, this is the worst time in the history of the world to try and buy any camera equipment,
Yeah,
any camera stuff of any kind.
Right.
Oh, we're going on like a 4-month journey of waits and delays.
We have some really cool stuff sitting around
we
here that we
have
haven't utilized yet.
95% of it. We just need one piece before we can do stuff.
And it's going to be kind of a big thing, so we don't want to kind of half-arse it either.
Yeah.
Okay. Instagram?
You can find me at Tomahawk_D.
Follow me at Tanner_Baird, but nobody gives a crap about that, a fuck about that, as Joe would say. Follow Massenomics at Massenomics.
See ya.